Greetings, everyone. This is Kamishra from Kamishra's Corner, and I'm off to immigration today because when you come on a tourist visa, they usually stamp your visa for the amount of days that you're allowed to stay, and I need to, what do you say, not upgrade. I need to add on extra days so that I can stay for another 30 days because I'm not leaving until the 29th, so I need 30 more days. So I have to go to the visa office. I have to go to immigration and get my visa extended for an additional 30 days. So I'm gonna take you with me. I have to stop down. No, actually, let me turn off this fan. I gotta make a stop at the bank and get some money, and then I'm off. Make sure I got everything. Key, got my passport. Oh, she left. There was a sister that was there. I think she left. Alrighty. Need to call a cab. So, I'm off to the immigration office, but I gotta stop at the ATM first. So I'm walking down to the area that they call Mile 7, and I'm taking you with me. Nothing much to see in this area. It's just a housing community. It's a couple of shops, not too many. Nice houses though. Hi. Very nice, quiet area that I like. Some of the roads are paved, some are not, as you can see. So I haven't been showing you too much of this area. I haven't been walking around, been running all over the place. So you get to see a little of this area today as I walk down to Mile 7. It's like a landmark. It's good to know landmarks when you're here. It helps you to use the Chocho too. So where I actually stay is closer to the landmark. They say petroleum police post. So if you go there, then you know those landmarks, and then you're able to, especially if you're taking a taxi or if you're walking or whatever, direct people to where you are. So whenever you're going to come into Ghana to visit, to stay, learn your landmarks. When we were staying in the area called Kokolemle and Asylum Down, we would the big landmark over there is the Paloma Hotel. Everyone seems to know that. So Paloma Hotel, Kwame Nkrumah Circle. So once you know those landmarks and can navigate your way from those landmarks to where you actually stay, that's pertinent to traveling, because apparently the street names that they use now are not that popular. They didn't used to use a lot of street names, although the streets all have names. Well, many of the streets have names, but that's just not how they got around in Ghana. So if you're taking a taxi and you tell them a street name, they might not know exactly how to get there. So you tell them the landmark, and they'll know how to get to the landmark, and then you'll navigate them to where you actually live from there. Yeah, so every time you go to a new place, kind of walk around the area, get to know the area, so I could know how to have the cabs navigate, because you'll take a cab And how you doing? He's looking at me. He probably think I'm crazy. Like, why is this lady talking to herself and laughing in the street? But you'll take a cab and they'll say, so how do you get there? And I'm like, you're the cab. This is not my country. I don't know how to get there. But they're asking you how to get to where you got to go. So it's good to know how to get places. Or at least know the landmarks in the area. Because if they don't know how to get there, and if they don't know, a lot of times they'll call another cab. Someone who might live in that area that you're going to. And they'll ask them, oh, how you get there? I've had that happen several times. A cab asking another, like calling someone and asking them how to get somewhere because they know like a shortcut of how to get there because they're trying to beat traffic or what have you. Cabs think I want to take a cab because I'm walking, but I'm good with walking. I actually like walking here as long as the street roads are not too small because these cars be acting like they ain't got no sidewalks really. Well, over here they do a little bit, but these cars come real close. Like, whoa, wait a minute, don't run me over. Okay, my hand's getting a little tired, so I'm gonna walk a little bit more, and then they have churros that come up this far, but usually if I'm going to take a churro, I'll go down to mile 7. That's the major road that the mall is on, and just take it from there. One, I like walking, and two, it's just easier for me navigating from that area. I don't know where I'm going. Little shop here selling all kind of electrical stuff, microwaves, fans, some building going on that you can hear. A lot of laundry stores around this area. See a lot of signs for laundry. Show you this area here. Yes, I run past a lot of advertisements. Oh, we'll do your laundry. Having a machine. There's a machine, a washing machine where I am. This machine actually does not agitate that well. So I'm constantly, like, as soon as I turn it on and run it, I have to add water to it. So that, the actual water will be rushing through the clothes as it's turning to give it the agitation that is needed, because it doesn't give enough water. I don't know why. I think that's kind of weird, but it just doesn't. So I always add water to the machine. Turning around because it sounds like there's a car coming behind me. Oh, I could use this. And now there is a car. And they be coming real close to you sometimes. When they come close, I'll be like, whoa. Sometimes they're trying to navigate around like potholes and stuff in the road. So it looks like, you're like, why are they coming towards me? They're really not coming towards you. Little shop on the side of the road. I don't see anybody there, but they'll look like they're coming towards you. They're really not coming towards you. They're just trying to avoid the gigantic craters in the road. Because even on the paved road, sometimes you'll have like potholes that are really big. I keep forgetting I can use my camera to look behind me. So I don't have to keep turning around. Potholes or things like that. It's like in the middle of the road. It's part of the drainage system because they have the open gutters. So the gutter will actually run over the center of the road at the crosswalk. And sometimes there'll be an opening in the middle. So the cars will tend to go around that They have a lot of speed bumps, especially in residential areas. So cars try to navigate around it. And then they'll have your potholes that the cars will try to navigate around. So a lot of times when they're driving, they look like they're coming towards you. And they are coming towards you. But not because they want to hit you with the car. It's that they're trying to navigate around the road. But it makes walking, if you're not used to that, kind of precarious. Because I'll be walking. Whew, cars coming. I'm like, where are they going? Give me space. And if they see you look a little, you know, like, wait a minute, what's going on? They say, oh, sorry. I'm going to show you the potholes in the road. Hold on. So you'll have an intersection like this. So see all these potholes? They're really big. You know, some over there. So sometimes they're, you know, they're all over. The roads are not always that great. Although the roads in this area seem to be fairly decent. But it's still, you know, a lot going on. And these are the open gutters that I'm talking about. So the open gutters will run all the way through the middle of the road. So it's closed on the road. But sometimes in the middle of the crosswalk, you'll see like a grating. And the grating will be covering the gutter that's there. So there's a gutter underneath the road. You see how the cab is all the way to the side? That's how they do. They'll go all the way to get over the speed bumps and stuff. So if I was in front, it would look like he's trying to come for me, but he's not. He's just trying to get around the speed bump. So that can be nerve-wracking when you're driving. That can be nerve-wracking when you're driving because you might not know what's going on. But yeah. So if you're not used to that and they realize it and you're like jumping to the side of the road, sometimes they're, oh, sorry. Because they realize they've scared you. Car is coming. Let me cross first. So yeah, holding the camera and walking down the street talking. Sometimes people think you're crazy. You're like, what the heck is she doing? Oh, there's a guy just, no, he didn't. He just, thank goodness it wasn't filming out because he just pulled over to the side, opened up his pants and about to piss. So I'm gonna cross the street because I don't want to see that. Yeah, that's another thing they do. Because of the open gutters and the people will tend to relieve themselves in the gutters. Just like they do back in the States up against a tree. But they don't seem to care who's there because I'm like walking towards him. He just stops, walks over towards the gutter, opens his pants, adjusts his clothes, and starts to whip it out so he can urinate. I'm like, no, I don't want to see that. Please let me pass first, please. But yeah. Anyway, so I'm coming up into the curve. The curve in the road. This side of this road is kind of wide, but when I get to the end of this road, it curves, and that curve is weird. Well, not weird, but I think it's kind of dangerous because the cars really can't see you, but you kind of got to go around it in the street because there ain't no sidewalks. While there are sidewalks over here, you could actually walk over there on the other side of the gutter. It's possible. Down on this road, and some of the other roads are like that too. So you can utilize the other side of the, walk on the other side of the gutter. And I mean, sometimes there's piles of like stuff, like what I'm about to pass, I'm going to show you. But for the most part, you can still walk on the other side and not be in the street. Like there'll be piles of burnt trash because they still do a lot of burning of garbage here. Or it might be a pile of rocks gravel because they're always building, sand, or just earth that has been dug up from somewhere that they're building. And yeah, this car looked like it's coming. Trolls looked like it was coming right for me. Sorry for the close-up, but walking with a camera in my hand is actually hurting my arm. Give my arm a nice little workout. Got on my comfy shoes today. Yeah, so I'm about to come up to an area where I think I'm gonna turn you off and turn you back on when I get down there so you can see what I'm talking about. That turn is very precarious. You gotta be careful. Anyway, see you in a minute. Whew. This is the turn I'm talking about, and how the cars come around the turn. Gotta be careful. It's like a little market where I go get some of my vegetables sometimes. Come down here. It's right up the road from mile 7. Whew. Oh, looks like everybody's up today. So this area is a little bit harder to navigate on the road because this is a busy street, and while they do have a lot of the gutters that are closed so you can kind of walk, but not on the other side of the gutter, so you're not in the street. It's not like that for most of the area. You just gotta kind of walk in the street. That's just what you gotta do. So then you gotta watch out for the cars that are parked like this car, parked past, that might pull off. And if you know how to navigate through the smaller streets, you can avoid a lot of these bigger ones. If you know how to navigate through the back streets. I kind of know more of the major roads because that's where the taxis go, of course. Most of the time, not all the time. So right now I'm on the little sidewalk area, so I'm able to stay out of the road, but I'm gonna have to go back to the road in a minute because this is done. Sometimes you can walk off to the side and sometimes you just can't. You just got to stay in the street with the cars. They probably can tell I'm a foreigner by how I cross the street or walk in the street. and cabs will pull over to the side.
Sorry.
It's okay. Right in front of you. Like they'll just pull right in front of you and cut you off. And then they'll say, sorry. So it's funny. So the cab pulled in front of me and the man started to get out. He didn't see me walking. He's like, oh, sorry. He thinks I'm trying to catch the cab. I don't want the cab. I'm good with walking. Oh, lady that sells honey. Get your local honey from the local honey lady. So up here is real busy. This is where a lot of shops are, right off of the main road. It's called Mile 7. I'm walking up to this lady selling watermelon on her head, or carrying watermelon on her head. Watermelon sales. About to see her. So you can get watermelon. I need some watermelon. I haven't had watermelon in a minute. About to be in with watermelon withdrawal. Alright, it's getting a little busy. Gotta make sure I'm paying a good attention. Okay, let me move off to the side. I'll be back. Just coming back from using the ATM. It says Eco Bank. It says the Pan African Bank. I'm like, what? Very interesting. Ooh, let's get across the road quickly before this big ass truck comes. Coconut water. Alright, let's try to get across this road. Navigating across the roads can be very tricky. So whenever I see somebody crossing the road, I try to cross with them. Sometimes you gotta motion for the cars to stop, because they won't stop and let you by. Because the roads are for the cars. And the cars have the right of way, not you. Boy. So sometimes, not all the times, but sometimes you got a motion for them to stop. Be like, can I cross, please? Oh, man. Okay, so that ATM, I wasn't able to get money out of, so I'm going to go to the one at the mall. I think that'll, plus there's several over there. So I think that'll be better. See you in a bit. Okay guys, so yesterday I went to get my visa extended and got all that done, thank goodness. I have to go back on the 17th to pick it up. I didn't know they were going to keep my passport, but that's what they did. And I just kind of wanted to let everybody know, in case you didn't know, if you are coming here to Ghana on whether you have a single entry visa or a multiple entry visa, because I had multiple entry visa. Sorry, I'm turning my head sideways. I'm getting a message. And I wanted to see what it was. I had a multiple entry visa. But when you come into the country, and they will stamp your visa with a date and the amount of days. So on my visa they stamped, I didn't realize this the first 2 times I came because I was only coming for a month, but you can stay for a maximum of 60 days on your initial visa. And then anytime after that, you have to actually extend it. So you can extend it, I'm not sure how many times and for how many extra days that you can extend it, but you do have to go and get it extended. If you don't, then you risk a fine, which I heard is a pretty hefty fine. I don't know how much it is because I'm not trying to get into that kind of situation, but you risk having to get, a fine and the possibility of not being able to get a visa back into the country from what I hear. I don't know how true that is, but better to be safe than sorry. You only get a maximum of 60 days for the initial visa, and then you have to go to immigration and extend your visa for another 30 days or 40 days. And it's just, I think it's 50 CDs, which is approximately $10, maybe a little less than that, 10 American dollars, that you have to pay as a fee. So you'll pay a 50 CD fee to get that done, but they're gonna have you take a picture. So you had to go and get a picture taken, and they had to write a letter. At the place where they write the picture, they'll also type up a letter for you. So you have a letter explaining why you want to extend your visa. So you just tell them why, and you write it up in the letter, and you pay for the pictures, you pay for the letter. How much was that? I think it was 20 CDs to get the pictures in the letter, and take it to the immigration office. And it's all in the same area. So you go to the immigration office, the place where you take the pictures is right there. It's kind of like outside of there and around the corner next to the car park. And then you go back and it was a pretty simple process. It took me long because they had my paper sitting there. I had to go back to them. And he's like, oh, like, why are you still here? And I'm like, because you didn't call my name. Anyway, it doesn't normally take as long as it took me. It took me a couple of hours, and it should not have taken that long at all. Maybe the whole process together an hour and a half, depending on how many people are there, but it shouldn't take that long. Because all you're doing is paying for it, and then you're going, and then you're coming back. You're leaving your passport with them, you're going, you're coming back to pick it up. Alrighty, so I just wanted to add this on at the end of my video, just to kind of let you know a little bit more about that process. Anyway, thanks for thank you for watching. Please share, please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.